Good afternoon and welcome. This is Corky coming to you live in djuma, Kruger National Park in the Sabi Sands. We are with the hyenas again, the whole family. Earlier on this morning we had only the adults, so the cubs are outside. Pretty is here. Corky, I can't get the sighting, but when we came this side, one hyena went around the termite mound, so I think it's one of the mother of these cubs. There are 3 in total. You can see these 2 with spots. They belong to Pretty, and this one you're looking right now is for Corky. He's still a young chap. Beautiful. Kristen, yes, I'm also happy to see them because this morning I didn't see them. They were inside there while their parents were outside. Oh, look at that. It's starting to rain now. Let's hope they're gonna still be outside. And look at that. This is grooming. This is for sure this is Pretty, because you can see her cubs are the oldest one, the one with spots. So the one I can get her visual is Corky, the matriarch. As you can see, her cub is busy looking for her now. Oh, this is Pretty, doing some pretty job here, grooming her cub. I'm not sure whether it's just a female or a male, because Pretty has 2 cubs, which are there's a female and a male. Here she goes. This cub is patiently waiting. Yes, Lindsay, they are getting so big quick. I didn't expect to see such big cubs now. I thought they were going to be so smaller around this time, but they are big. They're having spots now. And look at this. It's just coming to me now. Let me lower my voice. So cute. Hello. Hello, come here. Don't run away, please. Oh, he's walking away. You can see the mother is protective over her cubs. Even if she's asleep or lying, you can see the ears are moving all over the place, because she has to listen to the surrounding of any dangers, because these cubs, while they are outside here, they are vulnerable. They are less vulnerable when they are around, but if they are not aware about the dangers around their den, they might be in danger. So that's why they have to be alert at all times. Oh, where's your mommy? Where's Corky? Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, how do hyenas hunt? Roosevelt, I'm not sure whether I said your name right, but hyenas hunt like any carnivores do, like their lions. But what they do is they are not an ambush and species, so they have a stamina to run long distances so that they will tire their prey. The other strategy of hunting is to scavenge, obviously, but they don't do that much here. I've seen hyenas scavenging, I've seen hyenas hunting, but they do a lot of hunting than scavenging, as it's known. So they are not in a hunting mode now, because it's time for grooming. Oh, that one over there is a little bit bored because He's alone. The mom went over. Oh, here he comes. This is good because he won't be alone anymore. We are so lucky because the wind just started to blow. And then, oh, look at that. As I was saying, the wind is blowing, but they're not going into a den. They're still enjoying our sighting. I'm sure we're enjoying looking at them. They're also enjoying looking at us. Oh, here it comes. They're suckling. I'm sure you've cleaned that nipple before you put the mouth in there. Oh, shame. Oh yes, safari lover, the rain is everywhere. This is the wet season. We're expecting a lot of rain this time, so probably we're gonna have the rain this tonight. Hopefully we're gonna get some rain. Not only it's gonna benefit us, that's gonna be cool, it's also gonna benefit the vegetation and the animals that rely on water because it's dry this time. Hopefully you're gonna have more rain. We are still live in the Kruger National Park. Hopefully you're enjoying the sighting as I am enjoying the hyena sighting. Look at that. While we're watching these little ones suckling, let's go to David in the mirror with the lions. We just missed what was happening here. Two cubs were fighting. Corky's cubs were fighting each other. I think it's for dominance because they were trying to suckle, so they started there and then they went down and then they went to the hole. And what happened is Pretty tried to she tried to calm them down, but they didn't. So what happened is while they were still fighting, she went straight to Corky's cub. She attacked it, but she didn't get any time to bite it or injure it. The cub went straight into the den, so they are all in there. I think they're going inside now because the wind it's blowing too much now, and the drops are coming down now, and we have lightnings on the eastern side of the reserve. Oh, this was wonderful. Listen to that. Yes, we just discipline, Jackie. Yes, Jackie, you're right. This discipline. That's discipline. So what's happening now is Pretty standing right at the entrance of this den. I don't know if the cub that belongs to Corky is fine or what. As we lost the visual of Corky, I don't know where she went. But what's happening here is Corky has an oldest cub compared to these two Pretty's cubs, and then these cubs they bow when they are around this cub, even if it's so small and young. It's about 5 weeks old, and these two they are about 2 months old because they have spots now. So Corky's cub haven't had spots yet because it's still young. As they were fighting hyenas. Hyenas are so smelly but very good looking. Oh, look at that. I'm sure the cub is safe there. Look at that. So now they are getting more vulnerable because if the wind blows much, they won't be able to detect the sound of other predators when they're approaching or calling. So they need to be very aware using their eyesight and their smell. This is beautiful. This is really beautiful. Hoping to see more action, but there's cubs are going inside now because the weather is changing. It's really changing because there's a lot of wind. It's cloudy. There's lightning. There's thunders. Let me move forward and see whether I will get a nice view over there. Have a look here. Listen to the sound. Oh, as you can see, the picture is in black and white because we are using infrared. It's getting dark now, so we have to accommodate these animals so that we don't have to use the white light or any artificial light that might change or affect their behavior. Look at the nose. They're smelling. They have to smell. They have to use their sense of smell, sense of hearing. This is nice. I think the dominant one is that one at the back there, the one who's suckling, because even if when they were fighting, it was the one that was strong and he put this other one down. I don't know what's really happening. This is beautiful. Question, I didn't hear that, please, because of the wind. It's blowing so much. Yes, positive, Rachel, positive. Corky's cub outranked previous cubs because Corky is a matriarch of this clan. And if you can check that, Corky's cub is younger than these cubs, but they have to bow unto the cub because he's a cub belonging to a matriarch. Oh, I hope they're getting some milk there. They have to feel warm at all times because they are still young and vulnerable. So the warmth from the body's mom, it helps a lot sometimes when they are here outside. I think this female will be leaving soon to go and forage or hunt or something, because this mother has to eat a lot so that she will have enough milk to feed these young chaps over here. Oh, Highness, they are so smelly here. This is beautiful, hey? And I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of rain tonight. I'm not a climatologist, but looking at these clouds, we're gonna have a lot of rain tonight or tomorrow morning, hopefully. Yes, I'm also glad to see the hyenas because looking at these young ones is so great because you can see the number of the population is increasing just by looking at these young ones. New lives means prosperity. These young ones are beautiful. While we're looking at these young chaps wrestling here, let's go to Steve in the Mara.
Hello everybody, I'm back in the hot seat. Corky said to me that I'd taken enough of the afternoon off and that I should get into the seat and do some damn work. Well, here I am, doing my best. We're sitting here, of course, with Pretty and her 2 cubs, and little Corky's cub is back inside the hole there. Now, there was a bit of a scuffle earlier, as I nearly said as Corky said, but of course I'm not talking about Corky, as Corky said. and Pretty did try and intervene, but it looked like her 2 cubs were really getting on top of one of them was getting on top of the other. And as I've said, I think one is male and one is female, and I'm pretty sure the female was bashing the male. She's definitely bigger than him already. Perhaps that is a protective embrace that Pretty has assumed. Perfect little replicas those paws are of what their adult feet will look like, of course. You can just see the spots on the legs starting to form. Tanya, a hyena cub nurses actually for longer than any other mammal of comparable size, as far as I'm aware. Certainly any other mammal of comparable size out here. They can nurse for up to 2 years. Normally sort of 18 months, sometimes a year, but it can be up to 2 years that they will try and nurse. It's quite ridiculous watching a 2-year-old hyena trying to nurse. It's not that common, but it does happen from time to time. But certainly much longer than you'd expect them to. It's probably also much more common that they nurse for about a year or so. Ramona, those little feet are very cute indeed. Very, very sweet little things. Especially that one. I think that's the female there, and she's a bit of a bully. But if you're not a bully in hyena society, you simply don't get very far. You unfortunately find yourself on the periphery of society, not eating a great deal. She's looking up now and again, but everything's pretty relaxed. And I believe that maybe Corky pitched up at the dam cam. I'd have been surprised if it was her, because she was here and she walked off the other way. But maybe she's pitched up there looking for a drink. A number of you thought it might be. Well, I mean, it's not often that our hyena experts are wrong. In fact, very seldom, in fact. Almost never. Anyway, things are nice and calm here, and I must say, if I was a little hyena cub, I'd be very pleased to be heading down into a den site like that, where it's warm and cozy, a little bit dusty of course, but it is warm and cozy. There seems to be a lot of rain all over Africa at the moment. Sorry, Balthazar, what was that? How big do hyenas get? Whaty? Oh, how long do they sleep for? Balthazar? Well, probably about this, just slightly more than the adults. I suspect that they probably sleep at least 20 hours a day when they're this age. And the adults sleep for quite a long time too. Probably not quite as long as 20 hours, but certainly I would say 16 or so. So yes, they do most certainly sleep a great deal. The reason I'm sounding slightly distracted at the moment is I am just trying to find the exact range of the nursing period. Simply because I'm not entirely sure I believe what I said to you. I know that I'm in the ballpark, but I just wanted to get you some slightly more accurate information. I don't seem to manage though. You know, you'll read thousands of different things in thousands of different books, most of which are not based on any form of actual research. Here we go. investment in lactation is high in spotted hyenas, and the cubs are suckled for 9 to 15 months, and in the Serengeti for up to 18 months. So not up to 2 years, that was a bit ridiculous, that's what stuck in my mind. To up to 18 months, 9 to 15 months normally. Now, leopards will start weaning their cubs almost before they're 3 months old, and lions at around about, 6 months they should be weaned. So even though these chaps are well lighter than lions, and they are quite a lot heavier than leopards, they suckle for much longer than both of those. Up to 15 months in this part of the world, and up to 18 months in the Serengeti. Why the Serengeti should be, or Serengeti hyenas should be more milk desirous, I'm not really sure. I suspect you'll find that it's the same in the Masai Mara, and the fact that they've said the Serengeti, it just means that that's exactly where the research was done. Giraffe girl, you say, Pretty looks very content. She does look extremely content. Mama content. Alright, now the Mara is now in really a bad way as far as rain goes, so they've battened down the hatches, and you're going to stay with me for 2 minutes, and then we're going to run for cover. And I think that those little hyenas are going to go inside and stay warm and cozy. Now, of course, in the Mara, where it's raining like it is, the dens can become inundated and it become quite difficult for the cubs to survive in those dens there. But here, there's, we're on a ridge crest and the termite mound is raised, and so the chance of there being any flooding in there is absolutely impossible. Now, most of the time when there is sort of wind and storm like this, you'll find that it goes away without very much effort on the rain front. I hope that isn't the case tonight. I hope that it absolutely heaves out of the sky a little bit later, but I suspect that it's just going to blow a bit, cover everything in dust, and then go away again. Alright everyone, there's just 20 seconds left of the sunset safari on the 21st of November. I think that's the date anyway. I hope you've had a good time with us. I've had a wonderful time with all of you. Thank you for your questions and comments. We will see you in the morning at 0500. Until then, bye bye.